Okay. Good morning!
Good morning!
It's Minxy Mondays!
Rise and shine!
So, I'm Jen, and this is Crystal.
Hi!
Crystal is our educator here in San Diego, and we are so proud to always have her here every Monday to share her expertise. She's been with Minx for a really long time. I'll let you share your details.
I've been doing Minx for 4 years, and I've been working with the company for probably about 3 or so. Man, it's a long journey, that's for sure.
It's a long journey.
I really just stuck to the product, and times I got really frustrated with it and felt like I just wanted to give up on it, but I just kept doing it, and I feel like I know there might be some people out there really wanting to give up on it, but hang in there and you guys will catch on to it really fast.
So part of the reason that we do Minxy Mondays is your story. I mean, we have a lot of really successful manicurists who work with us, but they didn't get there by doing nothing.
Right.
You really have to work at learning the product, and so Minxy Mondays is our way of kind of jump-starting and boosting your learning experience
And troubleshooting.
and troubleshooting any issues that you have, because we want to make sure that you're not out there giving up. So if there's anything we can offer, please let us know. If there's any, certain thing that's happening, we're going to probably cover it today, because today is kind of our troubleshooting day. Last week we had a request after I got my Minx manicure from Crystal that I show off my Minx a week later. So here we are a week later, and you know what, I'm really proud to say they look pretty good for what I put them through, because I'm going to tell you about my weekend in a minute. So Minxy Mondays, just so you know, we're going to do a little run through the 7 steps. We always do that. So we're going to work on my right hand, and then we're going to go into troubleshooting the issues that came up over my week, which actually didn't have too many issues, but we'll explain why, okay? So without further ado, you want to go to the manicure?
All right.
To the manicure.
Grab a drink. Let's go. Bum, 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 bum.
Bam, bam, bam.
So we're going to work on your right. Okay, so
we're going to do 7 steps.
Bring your seat
first.
down for me, ma'am.
I'm going to bring my seat down. Sorry about the lack of action on the black camera, but we will get there, I promise.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
All right, so right now we're just going to do a dry manicure, do a consultation, look over Jen's nails, make sure she's a great candidate for Minx. And she's got some good length. Her nails are nice and smooth. They seem pretty strong as of right now. So I think she's a great candidate. She's not too short.
I'm really short. I'm 5'2". But my nails are not too short for Minx.
So I'm just doing a dry manicure. You never want to do a wet manicure. And the trick is you just want to get all the cuticle off the nail plate, make it nice and smooth for the Minx, because Minx is like spandex to the nail plate. It does show all your imperfections. And so you want to do everything of a normal manicure, just don't use any water. And at this time, we're going to start warming up our Minx. And so, Jen, I picked a couple for you. Which ones would you like? I got you some silver, some gold, or some teal.
I am all about...
Or
oh my
matte.
gosh, I love this green. This is like... yeah.
Ocean green?
Yeah, this
It
ocean
is.
green with my tan right now. I got a
Oh,
little
yeah.
tan this weekend.
Rub it in.
But I didn't lay on the beach. I was out in the yard building fences for my new puppies, putting in fence posts and stretchy chain link and messing around in the dirt. So Bear with me. I know I look good, but I worked it. I worked it hard. I worked it hard.
Alright, and I'm going to move to your thumb. So I hope everyone's having a great morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are.
Hopefully you're able to watch us live, but if you're not, we, oh my gosh, hang on just a second. Bear with me, bear with me.
Jen's playing around.
I am actually just trying to get to where I can see the chat board, so bear with me.
Alright, so after we get all this up, we're going to do a nice buff.
Oh, we have to definitely, I want to reach out to Courtney today. Miss Courtney, did your place burn down? Oh
What?
my gosh. She had someone next door, maybe in the same building. I need clarification. Actually, saw a post on the weekend that said she had a fire in her building. So I want to make sure she's okay and everything's good with the business and that she's able to keep working and doing good.
Oh, wow. Not where she lives, but where she works?
Yeah, her building.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that doesn't sound fun. Hopefully everything's okay.
Yeah.
All right. Can everyone see?
There we go. Sorry, guys.
All right. So
Double
I'm just doing
timing
a
it.
little push back here. Once you're done with that manicure, you're going to use some alcohol. You don't want to use anything else. We recommend at least 90% or better. And you should be able to get that at your local beauty supply store.
Courtney says, good morning. Courtney, let us know how everything is. We have a little bit of a delay, so you're probably just now hearing my concerns. Oh, okay. She says, it's fine. I'm fine. It's smelly, but I'm doing well. Not fun to go through, but my space is fine. Broken door, but I got it fixed yesterday. Just thankful for good insurance. Ivan, welcome. We got a hey there, my first time watching. I'm very excited to watch you live in action.
Nice.
Good morning. Maybe it's Ivana. Ivana? Is it Ivana or Ivan? I think it's Ivana. Good morning, Ivana.
Good morning.
Oh, yeah. This is Ivana from Slovakia. You know what? Kendra wants me to make sure I say good morning. Happy Minxy Mondays. I know it's probably evening there. Probably later evening.
Hopefully she's having a drink for us.
Yeah, I hope you have a glass of wine. You're enjoying yourself. And let us know if you have any issues in particular. That's what we're here for. We want to troubleshoot and make sure we you know, touch on anything that you need help with.
All right, so now we're done with the dry manicure. We've used alcohol and used 2 lint-free wipes to wipe down all that debris. And when you've done that, your Minx should be nice and warm. I'm just gonna look at your nail, Jen. All right, so I'm taking the Minx off the sheet and placing it back under the heat. Wait, where is it at? Where is that little guy?
He's hiding. Oh, there he is.
With my coffee. All right, and all we're doing is flipping the adhesive side up under the heat and letting it to get really ooey gooey. Are we on the camera?
Yep, we're on the camera.
And then we get about 20 seconds to lay the Minx down. You do want to work a little fast, but if you can't, it's okay. Just remember, you have to stop when the Minx starts to get hard and stiff. And place it back under the heat and warm it up some more.
And one thing that you want to pay close attention to is that Crystal does not stretch the Minx. She leaves the integrity of the product intact. And what she's doing right now is just rewarming and applying lots of pressure.
The key is heat and pressure. If you notice, I'm kind of pinching Jen's finger here.
And this looks really gentle on camera, but I want you to know that I can definitely feel Crystal. You know, she is putting some pressure on there. So your client needs to be comfortable, but you need to apply enough pressure so that the the Minx can adhere. You're actually not even as worried about the Minx adhering as you are about them conforming to the shape of your nail. So that is the point, is that molecular structure gets the opportunity to change its shape when it's heated. And so the heat makes those molecules movable, and then the pressure is what tells them where to go.
And if you look close, a lot of heat and a lot of pressure, it really gives a nice, what we say, right up to the nail, shrink wraps. And if you notice the free edge, you can really see where her nail ends and the Minx, extends. And if your Minx doesn't look that shrink wrapped, then you got to keep using more heat and more pressure. So this is about when I would normally go back and file it, but we're going to keep applying the other pieces.
See my knuckles? I scrape my knuckles. That's from mixing concrete by hand with a shovel.
You Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I really...
I don't want to break a nail.
Seriously?
Yeah. I wouldn't even be like, someone else got to do that.
No, I have to do... I couldn't let my husband do it all himself, and we got these new puppies, which I talked him into getting.
Oh,
so
you got to make it look like you're doing something, right?
Not look like it. It didn't look like it. I was doing it. I mixed concrete in a barrel this weekend. I dug post holes. I actually used the hacksaw and sawed the pipes for the posts. And what else did I do? Well, while Isaac was doing some of the tedious stuff, like tension wires and things like that, I was gardening. So I made good use of my time.
So again, I'm just reinforcing the heat and pressure after I've placed this on the nail. And of course I'll do that again and explain the steps for you guys. And remember, it only takes about 20 seconds to go from really warm to really cold. So it does cool down pretty fast, so you do need to keep the time frame in mind. So when you are applying, to work a little bit on the faster side, or just make sure you stop when it starts to stiffen up and try again. If you try to lay it down when it's too stiff, what happens is you'll get a lot of crinkling and some bubbling in there. And you want to avoid that as much as possible to get that nice, flawless look. So again, I've taken the Minx off the sheet, placed it under the heat, so it gets really soft. You want the adhesive side up.
And you want to be about 3 inches from the heat. You want to work fairly close at this point.
And again, we get about 20 seconds. Are we on the camera?
Yeah.
And you always want to tap around the cuticle top first, and then work from center to sidewall. And I use this stick, but a lot of people use their finger. I mean, it's whatever you as the nail technician feel comfortable doing. And then again, we're going to place it back under the heat. Apply more heat and pressure. Pull it out of the heat and let it cool.
I do want to let you know we are not working under heat. The light you see on my hand is residual light from the heat, but we are not working under the heat. That's a ridge.
Is it a ridge?
Yeah.
Like,
that's from the
I can't tell if it looks like a little... Oh, see? You can see the little acrylic.
So one thing that we want to say is that if you look closely at this nail, and I'm going to do my best to show you, but do you see that?
Side.
Do you see the lump in my nail?
It looks kind of like it could be like a bubble effect, but it's not. It's really an indentation in her nail plate.
And that's from the drilling from when I had acrylics. And this has been, what, 6 weeks?
Probably at least a month.
And we're, you know, I'm still dealing with the effects of that drill. So, you know, as a client, I would not, I'm just never gonna get acrylics again. I can't do it.
Now, I'm going to try something here. I'm going to...
But Minx does show all of the bumps. So just know that.
It's like spandex to the nail plate.
So all of your imperfections are going to come through. So a patterned Minx will show that a lot less. So just, you know, keep that in mind when you're in your consultation with your client and they've chosen silver or gold or any of the chromes, that if they have ridged nails, you're going to need to make it very clear to them that all of those imperfections will show in their application. So if they are not happy with that, they're going to need to choose another design, or you're going to need to do a gel polish or a gel to go ahead and smooth out that nail plate, because there's only so much buffing you can do before you're causing more damage, and you do not want to try to buff a ridge like that out.
So what I tell people is the more chrome in the design you have, the more it'll show all your imperfections or your surface of your nail plate, and the more less chrome or shine you have to the nail or to the design, the least you'll see. So what I did with her index finger is I scooted the Minx up higher, and the reason why is I went a little shorter sizing with her index finger, because out of all your fingers, this is the more dominant nail. And so what I try to do is go a little bit shorter, or try to fit a little bit shorter on this one, because excuse me, because it's your more dominant finger, it's the one that usually is the one that comes up faster.
And the corners get a lot more work. Like, you actually use the corners of this nail way more. So having it all the way out to the corners sometimes is not beneficial to the wear and tear on the nail.
Yeah, so I usually go a little bit skinnier if I can get away with it. It just depends on the client too, and again, that would be something you would talk to your client about and make sure that's something she's okay with. And then, you know.
For me, it makes this finger look a little more feminine, because I have this weird, round, little weird finger, so I actually like it that you do it.
Oh. See, and for me, I've got really, like, what do I want to say, I don't really have rectangle fingers. They're more like wiggly, if that makes sense, on the sidewalls. Yeah. So I always have to trim it down really short anyway on my sidewalls, because they do end up lifting. But that's the OCD in me.
No, I don't think it's OCD. I think it's just that you learn to work with your nails, and the thing about it is if you've had a client for a long time, you know their nails.
You start to know their nails.
When you have a first-time client, because they're calling and going, "You have Minx, I need Minx," you definitely want to take the time in the consultation and really look at their nails and ask them some questions about their lifestyle. You know, what do you do with your hands? Are you a girly girl? Do you garden like Jen, or put in fences with your husband on the weekend? I mean, seriously.
Or do you sip cocktails by the pool? All right, so now we got one more finger.
Okay, Ivana asked the question. She says, as far as the preparation of the nails is concerned, is that a big problem that I cannot get a rubbing alcohol anywhere in here? I only found 60% alcohol.
Where's she at? She's in
Slovakia.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys have the industry source available to you there. If you do, they have, I want to say 99% alcohol. So
you may look on the internet, Ivana, and see if you can't find it by ordering it on the internet.
Also, people have said, you know, check your local pharmacist and ask them for something higher. You might have to show your license if you guys have license there, and get it that way. But I'm not really sure. You definitely do have to do a little bit of homework there.
And 60% alcohol is actually so low that you're looking at 40% water. If that's all you can get your hands on, you're going to need to allow or add some heat maybe, but you're gonna need to let that nail really dehydrate before you place the Minx on. So you may need to extend the length of your service, and let the hand warm under low heat, and hopefully raise some of that water out of the nail plate. But the point is that you don't want to expand the nail plate, and what water does is it absorbs into the nail plate and expands it. And then when you apply Minx, you're not only trapping that water in the nail plate, but when it does finally come out of the nail plate, you're going to have a Minx that is incorrectly sized to the nail, and that shrinkage is actually going to cause an inadhesion. It's going to pull off. Ivana, look at the industry source. If you Google the industry source.
Yeah, I can type it up on the chat room for you if you like. They do have a website, and they also have an 800 number. So maybe try calling them and ask them if they service to your area.
If not, we may have a solution that we can work with you on. So please talk to Kendra about it. I will do my very best to help you get what you need. We want you to be successful, and we don't want to set you up for failure on this, but the rubbing alcohol is really, really important. We used to say even 70% or higher. At this point, 70% isn't even good enough. I wouldn't go with anything less than 90%. So we're going to do what we can to help you out, okay? So bear with us.
All right, so now we're going to remove the excess, and Jen's got some really weak nails. I mean, these ones are pretty long, but I always try to cut, and we end up folding. Let's see what we can do here. Just so I can show you guys what we mean. Okay, so far so good. And I'm using the curve file that we sell here at Minx. And you don't need a lot of pressure with the curve file. You just need to remember when you're filing, you need to reposition the Minx where you're filing. You're not folding the whole thing over.
So the one thing about this file is it doesn't require as much pressure, but it does require some skill level as far as being careful not to file over the top of the Minx. The curved file is exactly that. It's curved, and so there tends to be an overlap on top of the nail. So when you're working in a side-to-side motion, you're usually okay.
So if you guys see right here what she means, is it on there?
Can you see that curve?
It's
That's just enough curve to go over the top if you're working in the down method. So you really need to make sure that you're using very short strokes, as you can see Crystal doing now. Now on the side to side, she can use the length of the file, but even so, she's carefully, you know, working that file around the nail, because my nail is flimsy and will bend under pressure.
So now we're going to move on to the next one. Now the only bad thing about the curve file, it has a little lip, if you look right here, where the file stops and where the bar is, and you can't get in there when they have a short nail. So if you notice, it didn't cut way low, it cut way high, and that's okay. We just
wait, let's move this way. Show them again.
Okay. So right here, if you look close, I'm going to bring it a little bit closer. Can you still see?
Yeah.
Okay. When I use the file, because her nail's a little too short, I couldn't get all the way in the corner back here. I might be able to now, but see what happens is I put a little pressure and it folded a little bit. So we have to be really careful there. And so it ended up cutting way up here. So we just got to keep going from that area, but we got to be careful because her nail's already bending. So this one's really weak compared to her other one. So we're going to just trim it down. And if you've got a nice seal, you can see where the nail ends and the minx begins the excess. And after you cut, you always want to go back. I'm going to slide dry. Can you still see?
Yeah.
And do a down method. And what you're doing is just getting all those little pieces. And this is where you really want to pay attention to detail. Look for those little things, because that's what's going to make the minx hold. You know, if you see all the little stuff.
So I had a lady stop me in the hardware store and go crazy over these red cheetahs yesterday. In the hardware store. It was the weirdest thing. You know, we're there getting some cement, getting some posts, getting a fence, a little gate. And she just starts going crazy. Then she grabs her mom and her sister-in-law. They're all in the hardware store. I can't figure out if they all live together or what the deal is, but they're all there together. And they're buying one little plant. It was the cutest thing. But anyway, so this woman was so excited. I love giving referrals to the ladies here in town, because they have been with us for a really long time, most of them, and you know, we try to support them as much as possible. And so this woman was so excited. She was just going crazy. How many designs do you have? You know, I can't believe this is out there, and I haven't found it already. She had this bright blue paint on her toes. And I was just so excited that she would, you know, get the opportunity to get minxed. So hopefully she's getting minxed this week.
Now, remember, anytime you file or cut, you'll always have to go back under the heat, warm it up, put pressure down, and let it cool.
Oh, look, a moment of silence. Sorry, guys. I was concentrating, watching Crystal. I always do that. I like get mesmerized.
And I'm just going around the cuticle and the sidewalls and trimming up the excess, because I overlapped it a little too much on the top here. And that will all come with practice.
Practice, practice, practice.
And we'll go back and reheat those up. All right, and so again, we're gonna go back and trim this down. Now remember, we're only trimming Jen's nails because she's got pretty weak nails. If she had strong nails, we would be removing the excess differently. Everyone's nails are different, so you'll remove the excess of the Minx differently on each client. So it is crucial to learn all different techniques of how to remove the excess, because you won't be able to do the same thing on everyone. So, and then on here, you just want to lift up the Minx that's attached to the skin or laying on the skin, and just make sure that you have it nice, the Minx tucked really nice on the nail, because if it's not tucked really well, what happens is when you trim it down, you'll, what do I want to say, undercut, and then it'll be cut too short. So you really want to make sure you tuck it in all around the nail plate, around the cuticle, before you start trimming.
And you want to make sure you're doing all of that, you know, reinforcing any kind of seal to the nail under the heat, and then cooling it before you do anything that will compromise the seal. Look at how perfect that trim was, Crystal. You amaze me. You amaze me.
A lot of practice. All right, one more, and then we're going to go back and heat all these bad boys up. And we got Mr. Fester here.
Uncle Fester Thumb.
All right. How you doing, Jen?
I'm loving it. I'm so excited.
You're not having a heart attack or anything over there?
Oh, God, no.
Good. Sometimes people are like freaking out because you got scissors right next to them.
Oh my gosh, I trust you. Even if you cut me, it'd be like 1 in 100. So, I mean, come on. No, I have seen your skill level with that tweezer, and I am convinced that I am in safe hands.
So we are just trimming around the nail. The trick is you have to get the Minx exactly right on the nail plate without it overlapping in any way.
So overlapping is where, you know, lotions and soaps and everything else that you come in contact with gets trapped. So we want to make sure that you don't have any overlaps, because this is where those things start to compromise the adhesion to the nail. Gosh, these are cute.
I love me some teal.
This is the ocean green.
This is the ocean green, the lighter of the two. Aqua. Oh, the other one's aqua.
Well, the other one's more blue. This is the green, the more green color. The other one is aqua. It's more blue. So if you like the greens, this is the green. Oh, I love this. I love this. I wish the color came out better on here. We have a color issue. I look better too. Oh, they're kind of showing the green. Gosh.
All right, so now I'm just going to go back and we're going to reinforce each finger individually. And I'm putting pressure and heat on this pinky nail.
So part of working with Minx is, you know, making sure that your client is comfortable. In that consultation, you need to explain to them that it's going to require heat and pressure. And if at any time that they're uncomfortable, that they can, you know, let you know, and that you're going to continuously ask. One thing Crystal always does is ask me if I'm comfortable, if the heat's too hot, or if, you know, is it burning you? It's definitely one of those things where communication makes 100% difference in the, you know, the length of having your client, because they know and they can trust you. Ivana asks, does the trimming have an impact on the final look? I mean, the trimming of the free edge. Absolutely. Oh, okay, so I think what she's asking is trimming versus filing. It shouldn't, because it's both accomplishing the same thing in the end.
Yeah, you're still trying to get all the frayed pieces, you know, off. So even if you are scissoring or filing, you got to make sure that you've got it up to the nail, So sometimes when you're cutting, you don't get it up to the nail. You have to go back and file. It's kind of, you're still coming out with the same outcome. So either way, you do have to finish up with filing the free edge, and you want to make sure you check the free edge to yourself. You don't want to just kind of move on.
The second part of her question says, so I guess that it is a lot better to use bigger design on and then trim the rest of the design than it is that is outside of the nail plate. So would you go bigger or smaller in most cases? If you have a nail that doesn't fit and you have to choose between.
Well, who's asking us? Ivana?
This is Ivana.
So Ivana, the trick is depending on your skill level, you don't want to go too big, because again, the idea is you have to get the minx exactly right. And a lot of times when you're working as a new minxer, you don't really see a lot of that part of the application. You're more worried about the filing technique and the bubbles and crinkles and stuff like that. So, you know, as a newbie, I would recommend to go smaller, but again, you need to talk to your client, make sure that they understand your skill level, where you stand in your skill level, and tell them what you're doing and why you're doing it, and let them know, hey, this might come up if I make it bigger. I can take it off and make it a bigger size for you, but the illusion of minx hides all those things. It's drawn to the minx itself, so you don't see the sidewalls depending on how big of a gap you have. And again, you let your client decide. If they want to go bigger, they understand that it might come up faster, or if they keep it shorter, it might hold better. And then that way they get the choice, and they know. So you do want to make sure that you educate your clients and let them know what your skill level is with minx, because we have a lot of people that do this that don't really have good education on it and can't get it to hold. So you really want to build a rapport with your clients and educate them on where you stand with the application. And if you keep it truthfully with them, they'll come back.
Yeah, you always just need to be really real honest with your client. You know, I'm trying a new product. I'm introducing something that's new to us. I'm going to go safe rather than sorry now, but as my skill level grows, we may do things differently in the future.
Yeah, and again, you don't want to do something that's going to make it not hold. You want to make sure that it's going to hold for a good amount of time, especially depending on how much you're charging. If you're charging a lot of money, you don't want them to be unhappy. You want them to be happy and come back. So really just, build that rapport with your clients and communicate on your skill level.
So as you can see, Crystal, each nail gets its individual attention. She's not heating my whole hand at the same time and trying to apply pressure and examining them, all together at one time. She is actually taking the time to heat each nail, look it over, apply pressure, make sure that the free edge is what she wants it to be. It's sealed complete.
Now, real quick, Ivana, let me show you what I was talking about just a minute ago. If you look at Jen's fingernail, if you look on the sidewall, it's very, very thin, but you can see her nail. Just a little bit there. Let me turn it this way for you. There we go. And then look on the other side. Can you turn? And it's actually covered on the other side, but very little right here. And the reason why, like I was saying earlier, I go a little bit shorter on the index finger because it is the client's dominant finger. So it does get a more wear and tear with it. And depending on, your clients, what they do for a living, like Jen here is Superwoman. She does everything, so we want to make sure that it doesn't pull up very fast. So again, I would talk to Jen about, are you okay with this?
And I like it because, to me, it makes the nail look, more linear instead of so wide. So for me, it's a bonus. I like it. And the other part of it is that this corner tends to be the corner that I crack. I'm sorry, I'm not in the camera. This corner tends to be the corner that I crack. So, whatever I'm doing, I'm usually doing something wrong that Crystal would slap my hand for. But, in my day-to-day, that's where I get the most wear and tear. So she actually you know, has customized the shape of that minx to my daily lifestyle.
And if you look, the illusion of the minx is drawn to the minx and not to the flaws of your hands or your feet. So the cool part about it is you can't even see it unless you as the client really focus on that. So again, that's a perfect example of going a little bit shorter, and again, you know, communicating with your client and making sure they're okay with that. And you know, most of the time if you communicate with them, they're all about keeping it a little bit shorter only because they want it to last long. They want to get a good wear of it. And again, you're building that trust with your clients.
Okay, so Courtney, before you leave the Manicam, could you show Jen's cheetah nails from last week?
We're gonna talk about that in a few minutes, Courtney. Just hold on one sec. Let's see what other questions we have here. Good morning, guys. This is Michonne. Are the Van Minx thin for quick adherence? If so, are they peel off? All right. So
Minx admin answered that with, you know, Crystal's nails are from an event she did this weekend. They're event only designs and Van's exclusive designs. So they're not available through us. They are similar to Marc Jacobs or any other designer nails we do.
All right, so...
Okay, so we're going to switch back to our normal camera. You get to see us. Oh, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Woo! Hi, Middle. So, okay, so these are, I'm so excited because they're the color I want to wear so bad and haven't worn. So,
the teal green is the new black right now, guys. Get it while it's hot.
I love them. I am so excited. Okay.
All right.
So let's talk about my weekend and what I did this weekend, because I, you know, the challenge was not really a challenge, but it is for me. It's one of those things. Courtney asked, you know, in a week, can we please see the cheetah designs that Crystal put on? First of all, I have to tell you, we all talked about this. Cheetah, red cheetah, not me. Not me. I love them. I love them. I will wear these again. I love them. I got so much attention from these nails, but also they're really feminine. They're really feminine. It was really nice to wear. So, yeah, no, I love them. But I want to tell you about what I did this weekend, because
before we show them, Jen was so worried about they might not last. I'm very heavy. I mean, I'm a soccer player.
Yeah, I mean, I do a lot of damage to my hands. I have a broken finger to prove it. So, I had a soccer game on Thursday night. Wait, okay, no, wait, we have to start all over. Monday, I get Minx done, right? These are them. Tuesday, I had an easy day, driving in the car, you know, that kind of stuff. Wednesday, oh no, sorry. Tuesday night, I bathed my puppies. We had to bathe the puppies. So, I don't know if you know, but like, you know, you gotta scrub your dogs. And I try to use fingertips, and I'm pretty good about it. And I know how to wear Minx. So, you have to take into account that they look pretty good because I know how to wear Minx. And it's accidental now, because it's just, you know, natural for me not to pick at things. After 3 years, I finally learned. But, okay, so I bathed the dogs on Tuesday night. Wednesday, we had 4th of July. I was in the pool all day with the kids. Sunscreen, hot dogs, hamburgers, I mean, barbecue. We did the whole deal in the pool all day. We did a little bit of firecrackers that night.
You did your own firecrackers? Ooh, she said it.
Sorry. They're illegal here.
Yeah, you could get in big trouble.
But I had gone to Los Angeles the day before, and they had a big fireworks stand, and you could buy them.
What?
Yeah. I'll hook you up.
You got a lot then, huh?
So, I didn't get a lot. Anyway, I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Off camera. So anyway, so we did fireworks. Thursday was the normal work day, and then I had a 9 p.m. soccer game.
On Thursday?
Mm-hmm, Thursday night.
Okay.
So Thursday night, I played an hour of soccer with gloves, wet gloves, because you have to have wet gloves to catch the ball. They're not sopping wet. They're just damp. So they get a lot of wear and tear, and they're nice and tight. So they protect your nails, or your hands. They work your nails. And Friday was an easy day. Saturday, we went to the doctor, and then we went and bought the fencing, and we started digging post holes. And I pulled weeds that night while Isaac was doing all this stuff. So then, yesterday was D-Day. Like, out in the sun, sunscreen again, hot. It was like 90-something degrees, and I am in the dirt mixing concrete. I have, bloody knuckles from mixing concrete. So, just so you know, I think I did everything this week that you could possibly do except put my hands in acetone or do somebody's hair. I mean, really, if they were going to come off, they would have. They would have. So let's look at them. Are you ready?
Yeah.
You ready for this?
Yeah. Show them up.
Okay. Beautiful.
They look pretty good.
They look pretty good. Now we're going to go to the Manicam because this one doesn't have the same kind of focus.
Our focus stinks.
Yeah, the focus is really not good here. But these look really good for what I did to them.
Now we're going to show you on the Manicam.
Okay, Manicam. Here we go.
Come a little bit closer.
Down. Okay, so the only nail that really had a hard time this weekend, excuse me, I'm trying to get my seat and I'm way too high up and I can't find the little lever. Oh, here we go. Okay, so the only nail that had a really hard time was this one, and I'm going to try to keep it still.
And again, it's her index finger. Index
finger actually broke the nail here on the side. So I have a break under the Minx. The free edge will peel up if I push it back. And you can see just a little bit there.
Little piece.
It's out of focus too.
Here, let me do it. It's right here, right?
Let's see if we can get this in focus for you guys.
Oh, there we go.
Beautiful. Okay, now you can see that it is a little bit up off the nail. You can see this. But even so, okay, I'm going to tell you. What I would have done on any other... That's way bad.
Yeah,
where are we going? You had it.
I know, I just want to make sure it's... I had the best... Okay, wait. Okay,
oh!
It's right here then. Alright, that looks good?
Good. Okay, so the only thing is that it took me everything in me not to trim this nail. Because if I had taken just a pair of scissors and cut the end off this nail, which is broken.
And again, it's very, very little, but that's what's going to make it really pull up if she leaves it.
Okay, so yeah, you can see it there. You can see that little bit
right
picked up right there. This is really the only wear and tear that my nails got. Now, you can see on the corners, this kind of happened everywhere. On all the nails, my corners, because my nails are so weak and they were in water and cement. This is where, this is where it's getting the wear and tear. But even on this one's so flexy. It's like, I don't even know how to explain to you. It's like a rubber band. It's not bad. I mean, it really, unbelievable. I could wear these for another week. I would probably go back and trim the nails themselves with the Minx on with a clipper or a scissor just to maintain that free edge, but they do not look bad except this one. This one doesn't look good.
But again, if you look at all of them, it's so minuscule right now until, say, for instance, she did do some more stuff and it did pull it up even more, then, then you have more of an issue. But, I mean, for a week, I do have to say they do all look pretty good, even that index finger.
Even my frayed little index finger.
But at you as the nail tech, that's what we're going to notice, that little spot there that Jen pointed out. So, and something very easy to fix, a little file there, or even just a pair of scissors to trim that down a little bit, and wow, voila.
Wow, 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 wow.
And that would come with managing your clients' expectations and teaching them those little tricks to, again, maintain their Minx, to get the longest that they'd like to get out of them.
They're pretty cool.
You gotta remember, tech does all the work. The client just technically, if needed, needs to just maintain them.
The other thing is to talk to your clients about not picking at a lift. If you have a lift, here are the things to fix the lift. You can either trim the nail down, or you can trim that excess minx and leave the nail.
Because sometimes it is just the minx a little too long there. So trimming the minx, filing the minx or nail there, heating it with a lot of heat and pressure, it will push back down. But it'll only stay is if it is the exact size to your nail. So if it keeps pulling up, you know, then you know that it's either the minx is just a hair too long somewhere, and that's why it keeps pulling up.
Okay, so Courtney, I didn't wear, I mean, you have to understand, I was highly aware of the fact that I was going to have to show off these nails today, and I really did not do anything to protect my nails. The soccer gloves do more damage, but had I worn gloves this weekend, I think they would have been even in better shape.
And Courtney, also remember, every client's going to wear differently. Everyone's got different types of nails. Some people have oilier nails, some people don't. So on some of my clients, they don't do this. So, I mean, you really have to know by your client's nails, the types of nails you're working with, and what you might have to do to get their minx to last even longer. I'll give you an example. If they do have oily nails, maybe alcoholing them twice before you apply your minx to really get a lot of that oil off before you apply the minx. That might help. But this doesn't always happen with all my clients, and that's why I don't say my minx lasts 2 weeks on everyone, because they don't. So
I mean, look at what I did.
when you get a first-time client, you always want to mention, you know, recommend wearing gloves when they wash dishes, or wearing gloves while they garden. You know, there's things you want to clarify with them, and then, you know, they'll find out, you know, if they say they didn't wear gloves, if they held really well or not, and if they didn't, then they know next time maybe they should try it. So a lot of people will get different things. I don't have to wear gloves, and mine are fine, but not everyone's like that. And I think also we know how to wear our minx too. So
it's just like a second nature for us now. So you have to understand, like, I am not worst case scenario, no matter what. So we're gonna go back to our normal camera because we're sitting over here realizing that you're gazing at the nails. Crystal's stuck.
I'm back. I almost fell off the seat.
Crystal decided to do yoga. That was the downward dog.
Whatever that is.
Isn't that what that's called? I don't know. I have a mat that tells me what to do when I need to stretch. So yeah, I'm not worst case scenario because I know how to wear minx, and I don't even have to think about it anymore. So now it's come to a point where it's like I have to think about doing damage. I have to actually like go, oh, okay, you know, I gotta dig in the dirt and see what happens. I gotta pull some weeds, and I gotta do all of this without thinking about my minx, without protecting my minx. So your clients learn to wear minx. They will start to take responsibility for their wear and tear. The very first time they wear minx, you need to just prepare them for the worst. I almost think prepare them for the worst because you don't know. They're not going to tell you everything they do.
No, and I always tell my clients, first time is a trial period. You want to check all your minx and make sure that your shoes are the proper size and what you're doing, you know, if that's a problem for you, if it's with your hands, gardening, or whatever the case may be. And, you know, you want to make sure that they understand that they could pull up, but not everyone's the same. So, you know, you want to definitely explain to them what they could do to, you know, save them. And, you know, some people do it more than others. So not everyone's going to be a great candidate for minx, especially for hands, because some people don't want to mess with it. Some people don't want to deal with it. And so it's something that you would say, well, maybe shellac is better for you then. You know, everyone's going to be different, and not everyone's going to want to do all that. So you definitely want to do a consultation with the client and make sure that it is something that they want to do.
I mean, they
understand
understand the reality of wearing Minx, because I think that's the worst thing, is that if you don't know, you know, how they're gonna wear, and you walk away and, you know, 7 days later you've got this peely first finger and you don't know, no one's told you how to handle it, you're gonna I would be picking this off. I'd be like, what the, come on, what is this? I'm pulling it off. And then they're going to do damage to their nails. You want to prevent all of that. You want to be proactively telling your clients what they should expect, worst case scenario and best case scenario. And they're going to fit somewhere in the middle, and each person's lifestyle is going to affect it. We are going to do a little product spotlight.
We wanted to show you guys the retail.
So I'm going to actually let Crystal present the retail product.
Ooh,
I'm going to run away for a little while because I'm going to grab a few things to spotlight after. I am going to be gone for a few minutes, not long, I promise.
I don't know, I might burn the place down.
So just show off the designs.
Okay.
You can take them out of the package. Go crazy, Crystal.
Oh, you want me to take them out of the package?
You
too?
can.
Okay.
You can take them out of the package. Do what you want to do.
Okay. So real quick before we get started, I just want to put on the chat thing that industry source for Ivana.
I'll be right back.
All right. So give me 1 sec, guys, before I get started. All right, the industry source is a beauty supply, I know for sure in the United States, and could be everywhere else. So if you look that up, they have a website as well. I believe it's theindustrysource.com. So yeah. All right, so we have our Minx. Let me find the, there we go, Minx Retail. This is our little display. And Minx Retail is for the licensed professional to sell in your salon or business for your clients. And this competes with a lot of the stuff out there that uses a no heat process. And Minx Retail comes in this handy dandy display, and it comes with 6 designs. Keep losing the camera here. 6 designs, and you see them all hanging here on our pretty display. And this is a kit that we sell here at Minx. And in the kit comes with 6 designs. And in a packet, you get a mani and a pedi. I'll show this up close. A mani and a pedi, and I'll show you, open it up for you guys. And it comes with 2 cute little alcohol swabs. Let me turn this camera so I can keep wanting to go the other direction. There we go. So it comes with 2 alcohol swabs, and you get a manicure and pedicure set. It's all stuck in here. Here's the pedicure. And this is a no heat process. And then here's our manicure set. And the kit is sold $195, and you get 4 packets per design, which comes to 24 packages. And the designs change every 3 months. All right. And then so you get the whole display and everything. And it's a great upsell for the licensed professional, because I have a lot of kids that want Minx, and my clients don't feel that the price that I charge is worth it for them. So this is a great alternative, because they're already going out to, you know, whoever, Mojo, Schmo at Urban Outfitters, and picking up, you know, pretty much a no heat imitator or copycat. And so what Minx has done is helped us as beauty professionals sell it to our clients instead of going and getting Joe Schmo's product at the store. So our 6 designs currently in our kit are, let's see here, we've got the chrome green, and then we've got like a cool cheetah.
It's called Bad Kitty.
Hold on, let me turn that so you can see. Oh, there we go. It's actually a really cool one. It's, I want to say it's like half matte, half chrome.
Yeah, it's half matte, half chrome, black and matte and lightning gold.
All right, and then we've got the Peacock. The Peacock is really nice.
And that
Like,
one is...
It's really shiny chromey. I'm kind of bummed it's a retail, but it's a very popular pick in the retail line. Then we've got this Hawaii flower.
It's called Aloha.
Aloha. And it's no chrome. It's kind of see-through. And a lot of the little girls love that one. And then we've got... This one is like a...
Blue Soul, this is called.
It's like a lace with a blue and silver effect. Hold on, let me get this. Why am I getting this all jacked up? Wait, there we go. Can you see it? Can you see it?
Oh,
All right,
here.
hold on.
Let's
I'm just
take it
taking it off. Yeah. All right.
Still so bright.
Yeah, it's because it has a lot of chrome in it. Let me just pull it out for you guys. As I rip it.
It's okay.
All right. No! I'm gonna rip this all up before I get it out to you guys. All right. Ooh, this is really lacy. It's a good wedding quickie. It's, there we go.
Now we get it. It's the baby blue.
It's a baby blue with silver
With
lace.
silver lace over it.
All right, and then last but not least is a chevron, very colorful design.
It's called Groovy. Groovy. Oh, and I think the green, that green chrome.
Yeah.
Let's show that one more time. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure
I
this
pulled
one
this
is
one
like
out
an
and showed it to them.
apple martini.
It's a really nice green chrome.
Really pretty.
Yeah.
Really pretty.
So it's, again, it's a $195 kit, correct, Jen?
It is $195.
Yeah.
It costs you $195. You retail each package of fingers and toes together for $16.50.
Minimum.
So you minimum. That's recommended MSRP.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And so if based on that, you're gonna make about $201 profit
On that price. So, I mean, for you as the licensed professional, you do make a good pretty penny after you purchase the kit. And again, people that have a lot of little girls that don't want to spend the high prices for the actual professional, this is a great alternative. And it's just some dinero in your pocket.
So I grabbed a few things,
Yes.
but let's show off the case.
All right.
Let's talk about Minx Pride and the iPhone app.
The iPhone app. So next I'm going to talk about our handy Minx Pro on the go. I love this case. It is so pretty and fancy. It's nice and hard.
But lightweight.
Lightweight, yep. It's meant to hold your Minx heat and everything you need to do for a Minx application. And yeah, it has little pockets that have little magnet that stick. And then this is a zipper where you can put your Minx in here.
Or tools.
Or whatever you want, yeah.
However, it's not specific about where you need to put things. That's completely up to you, except the Minx heat. Minx heat fits snugly in this side when it's curled up and put inside. So that will carry everything you need.
Yep. And inside it's nicely done. It's not a cheap case. It's pretty nice for being, you know, what, $59?
$59.
So it's a good, it's really worth every penny, I believe. And it comes with a really cool strap so you can get ready and get on with your stuff. All right.
All right, we want to remind everyone that we do have an iPhone app. Minx has made it possible to build your cart as you go without showing prices. You can hand your phone to your clients, let them pick out their Minx, add it to your cart, and you hit the go button when you're ready to order. So that is a really fun way to get your clients looking outside of the box a little bit. We have 350 designs. We know you can't stock them all, but the best way to show them off now is with your handy dandy iPhone app. You know what? This is out of focus too. We must look good today.
You got it?
Yeah, there we go. We're in focus now. Sorry, guys.
So remember, the iPhone app is only for the licensed professional, so
you'll need your log on.
Clients.
Yeah, you'll need your log on for our website. Okay, so there's that app. We want to remind you to wear your Minx Pride. Oh, Minx Pride.
Minx Pride's great for all of you nail techs that don't want to dip into your Minx professional sheets. This is a great way to do a pinky or a small nail for your client for complimentary, to show off and show them exactly what Minx can do for them. And once they put it on, they'll love it and be back.
And just so you know, the little circle at the bottom, that's our Minx symbol. We're very proud of that symbol. There's a little story on our website. It's a hidden story. So look around on our website for it. You know, just make sure that you understand that you should put this on the clients that are you know, out in the public. These are the clients that, you know, will tell everyone they know, just because they'll be out there and people will say, "What are you wearing on your nail?" It is the Minxlusion with the Minx symbol. So show your Minx Pride. And it is a clever way to capitalize on. Oh, there she is.
Trying to get in the holes. Hey, wait. Trying to photobomb here.
Sorry, guys. We are goofy today. So don't forget about Minx decals and Minx art, two of which things that, you know, will get you some attention. Here's a sample of Minx art. It's very lightweight. You can order it online now. Minx art comes in 4 designs. I'm thinking 4 or 5 designs. I can't remember.
You're fired,
4 or 5 designs.
You're jacked up. No, we're in trouble.
This is the perfect way to advertise Minx in your salon in a stylish, fashionable way.
Very fashionable.
It's a high-end look. It's got a great feel. It's not a poster. It's not going to fade in the sun. You can put it in your window. It's eye-catching. It comes in red. It comes in pink. It comes in black with gold.
It's canvas.
Yeah, it's canvas. And it rolls up and travels with you, too. So if you're doing a Minx party, you can really Minx out the atmosphere of that party with a little black sheeting and some Minx art. Look at how Minxy we are. Woo!
So should I show them this one or should we?
Yeah, let's show them.
Oh, I turned the camera, so let's move it over.
Okay, let's show
So
them.
now we have this Minx art, which is my all-time favorite.
And actually, you know what? She doesn't get enough.
She don't get enough love?
She doesn't get enough love. This is actually one of the prettier Minx arts. We love her. It's just very subtle, very, you know, I don't know.
I think
it's beautiful.
It goes very well with a lot of different salons, just because it's black.
So you can see,
Silver.
yeah, and you can see the picture, the really high-res, beautiful picture on our website. So we'll make sure that we aren't responsible for this, because we're not the only way for you to see it. I want to show you this one too, because this is our large size. You can see the difference between the two. This one is smaller, and this one is larger.
We could wrap Jen up in the big one.
Yeah, the big one's big. It's really big. I think it's, let me see the measurement.
So I ask this every time, Jen. Do all pictures come in both sizes?
Yes, all the pictures come in both sizes.
Nice. I think
Which,
I like that.
you know, I've finally answered that question. One of the pictures is the feather picture. So when you go online, you'll see it's shorter. That's the only difference. So one of them is a little bit shorter, the small version. And even the big version is going to be wide, the same width as this, but it'll be a little bit shorter. It's just the layout of the photo can't be this size. It's the way it's oriented. So
I hope that made sense, guys.
I hope so too. I do. It might be that the, like, okay, never mind. Anyway,
We'll
yes,
look
there
into
are
that.
2 sizes of each of the designs, each of the Minx art, and they're gorgeous, you guys, really. I love, can I just say, Minx admin, you rock. Thank you for answering all our questions for us. Oh my goodness.
All right.
Okay, so we have a little time, so we want to talk. We've been noticing that when we show off a design, it tends to get a little more attention. So we've decided that, you know, each
Are we
Minxy
blurry?
Monday, duh.
We're blurry from back here, but we're close up and we look nice.
Hi, be pretty.
Hold on, guys. Go ahead and talk, Jen. I'm gonna see if you look better from far
Oh no,
away.
that's good. I
Is
think
it
it's
good?
good.
Okay.
I don't know, maybe it's my eyes, but I think it's like airbrushing.
I can't tell
It's
anymore.
like airbrushing. Okay, so I want to just talk about Minxlusion because I think Minxlusion, people don't know what that means, or if you're new to Minx, you don't know what Minxlusion can do. I think that may be a thing. So I picked some of my favorite Minxlusion designs, and I'm probably going to get in trouble for opening these while we're on the air. But quite frankly, you saw me run out of the room to go get them, so we're throwing these in.
Minxlusion is the title of a certain design or look that we have, and it's a rainbow effect that we have on silver.
It's holographic.
So if you notice, as I turn this, it has a rainbow that keeps moving through the chrome. That is called Minxlusion. And we've put Minxlusion on all kinds of designs so that it gives it that rainbow holographic look.
So if you haven't been exposed to all of the Minx, because we know it's hard to keep them all in stock, we're going to show you a few of my favorites. This one actually is Minxlusion and gold. So you get the gold. See the gold? Beautiful, right?
And it's like a
Got
soft
a nice
gold,
little-
so it's not as crisp and vibrant as your gold lightning, but it's like a softer option, which
Right.
I always say for people that
A
think
little
that
more conservative.
yeah, exactly. The gold lightning is a little too much for them. This is like a toned down gold, and it has the Minxlusion through it as well.
And this one is called Longevity, and this is under the Marion Newman line, but you can just type it into the search bar, Longevity, and there it is. There it is.
It's a really pretty.
It is gorgeous
gold.
on. It's very sophisticated. It's got a more conservative nature to it.
This is one of my all-time favorites. It's called Silver Hollows, and it is a Marion Newman. And I just really like the circles in it and the rainbow effect. It's really nice on. It also kind of looks like there's a whole bunch of Mickey Mouses in there.
And then you separate them and it doesn't look like that anymore.
But really fun design, and it does, you know, if the nail, say the nail is more of a rounded nail, it really pulls off the Minxlusion effect. So a lot of times when the client sees it on the sheet, it's not, sometimes they don't see that Minxlusion until they get it on the toes, and then they're like, wow, that's nice. So it does hide itself, but it does come out too. So
yeah, this is one of those patterned minks where you can hide imperfections in the nail. This is one of my all-time favorites, and the reason that it's one of my favorites is, well, because it's kind of flashy, but at the same time, it's just gorgeous on. It is Marion Newman Keys, and it has the Minxlusion. It has the gold. It's got that same subdued gold in it, but oh, it's got these black lines and the shapes. This is an eye catcher, and if you have someone who's going to a party or is, you know, I don't know, anything, this goes with champagne. I just think bubbly. It's so nice. I love it. One of my favorites. And that one always gets a lot of attention at the trade show. So I can always tell, what are you doing? I can always, you're breathing on me. I can always tell if a design's going to be successful by the reaction it gets at a trade show. So I'll just wear it and see what happens. And that's one of the ones that I can't believe the reaction is so great. Gosh, it is fuzzy.
I told you we look like we're drinking.
Oh, it's the light. I think it's the lighting. I'm sorry, guys. We're going to get this lighting fixed someday. Yeah.
I don't know how we're going to fix
I don't
this
know.
in the ceiling.
Well, we're taking them down and we'll get new ones.
We
Okay.
need to have like big old photo lights.
Okay, this is serious now.
What?
This is serious.
When did that happen?
No, the reason that we're going serious on this one because
This is a hot one though.
this is one of the designs that I fought for. And everybody's like, nah, it's not so great.
I actually get a lot of people asking for this design.
This is amazing. See it?
Show it
See
to
it?
him, show
See
it to him,
See
show
it?
it
See
to
it? See it? Minxlusion blue dots.
The cool part about this is I always mix it with blue chrome and it looks sick.
It's
and
sick.
a lot of my clients love it. You know, it makes the blue pop out in the design.
And
more.
I know it looks like really 70s groovy on the sheets. It looks less
doesn't-
like that on the hands.
It doesn't look
Because
like
once
that.
you separate these from each other, you see less of this growing, you know, ball pattern. So just so you know, this is a hot design. So it's got that silver with the blue look. It's very Art Deco. Crystal, you're such a freak. Very Art Deco. And then, bam! Minxlusion, you're breathing on me. You're such a tart.
I can't stop laughing.
Okay, so
that's
we
a hot one.
love,
If you guys
love,
can't
love,
choose,
love this. If you're having a hard time
that's a good
choosing,
one.
this is a go-to design. This is something to keep in your repertoire. Okay. So, if you are going disco fever, we're talking disco,
and you really like to be dizzy.
I mean, really, this is a showstopper. This one is Minxlusion Rose. It's about as disco as it gets. It is beautiful on. It gets a lot of attention, and it's definitely something you can't get. You can't get any other way. But you can see there's a little rose pattern in that big nail. Most
I see
of
the
the time,
puzzle pattern, but that's just me.
well, the reason we call it Minxlusion Rose is because there's a rose
she's calling me out,
pattern in
guys.
there. Crystal likes to argue. It's like her pastime.
No, not at all.
No, I'm just teasing. But anyway, so I love this design. It's definitely party night, you know, and great on the toes, really great on the toes, because this Minxlusion, you know, it just doesn't fade. It doesn't go away. And so when you're wearing it, you know, a couple weeks in, it still looks great, 100% flashy.
Very flashy.
Flashy,
Gotta like the
flashy.
flash. Now, I've got the Minxlusion Black Fishnet, and this is really cool.
I have to tell you that this was an oops that became a yay. We love this. We always had the silver with black fishnet, and somehow the brewmaster at that, well, I don't think it was the brewmaster. It was the mixmaster. The mixmaster actually got the formulation mixed up, and this is what we came out with.
Voila.
So we decided that we would wear it until they decided to make it a real design, and they did, and we love it.
Yeah, and it's a fun one. I always say the fishnet are classy for those sophisticated business people.
So I have also another favorite. See, this is my forte. Like, if you were to say to me, what does Jen wear? Jen wears Minxlusion, black, blue, anything Minxlusion and a little pattern, I'm good to go. Minxlusion Rose, not so much, because I'm not that flashy of a person, and that's why I had a hard time with Red Cheetah. But this is one of my all-time favorite designs. And you wouldn't know it by seeing it online. You wouldn't know it by seeing it in the package. But this is, okay, so this has gold, it has silver, it has Minxlusion, and it has black. You're pretty much, you're going to match every outfit. It can go with anything. It really does go with anything. Any jewelry. If you like to wear silver one day and gold the next day, this is the design that is your, you know, your kind of your go-to if you're a black and silver and gold kind of girl like me. So
that's Jen's favorite.
No. This is one of my favorites.
Do we get to pick Crystal's favorites next time?
Next week. Next week it's all about Crystal. She's actually gonna do my toes with her favorite design.
Well, haven't I picked that out the last couple times? I've picked out some cool ones.
So okay. We have threatened to do toes week in and week out, and I have to tell you, I have horribly ugly feet, and anxiety about
Minx is your best friend.
I do. I have really ugly feet. Just the shape of all my toes is there's nothing uniform about them. So can we sit?
Okay.
I feel like
Let's sit.
Hi guys. So the reason that we have been putting it off, or not, we didn't put it off. It just didn't work out. Is that, you know, Crystal's got to do a little prep work. It's kind of a lot of stuff for her to do. So we're gonna set up the cameras and everything for pedicures today, so that we're ready to go next week. I just, you know, I want to make sure. Oh, sorry, metallic dots.
So I think he
metallic
Joe wants you to
dots.
type in your favorites.
Okay. Definitely metallic dots and Minxlusion blue dots. Isn't that right?
Yeah. You did say these ones were your favorite too.
Dots. And Minxlusion. Oh.
No?
Yeah. I love them all.
I know everyone always asks me,
have 20
what's your
digits?
favorite Minx? That's too hard. There's like over 350 of them.
And really, I mean,
It's hard just to pick one.
I could tell you, you know, 35 of them that I just...
We do look blurry.
I know. I'd rather look blurry than have you see my wrinkles, though. So we're good. Truth be told, I did that on purpose. No, just kidding. I didn't. But what was I saying?
It can be anything.
We were talking about our favorites, right?
We're talking about your dots.
We were talking about my toes.
Oh.
So I have ugly feet, and I'm apologizing in advance.
So next week we will be doing toes. So everyone tune in and tell your nail tech friends.
And we'll go ahead and post it on Facebook. We are going to be gone July the 30th. We will not be here for Minxy Mondays. Crystal's going to be out of town.
I'm going to be at RollerCon in Vegas, which is 5 intense days of roller derby everything.
See, everybody gives me a hard time for being a soccer player. She's a roller derby. Have you guys ever seen that?
Roller derby is insane.
Gnarly.
So I know there is a roller derby team near you, so check it out. It's a lot of fun. Girls just kicking butt. Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to be in Vegas doing RollerCon with thousands of other people around the world. So unfortunately, I won't be here, and Jen was nice enough to not let us have it. So I'm really sorry, guys. We won't be here.
Of course we wouldn't have it without you. Are you kidding? Oh yeah, I'm going to show up and just talk.
So, thank you guys, but you know, you guys could
we'll be back though.
Yeah,
We'll be back.
the
What's the next Saturday? What's the next Monday after that? If that's the 30th.
Well, that's
31st.
yes, 30th. So it'd be the what, 7th or 8th?
No, it would be like the 5th because I think there's 31. Isn't there 31?
No, that's the last day of the month.
Oh, okay. So I don't know. I think it might be the 7th.
So yeah, only the 30th. We'll be back all the other days, and tune in.
Yeah, tune in. Yay!
So what's next, Jen?
Okay, so it's 9:24, and we would love to talk about anyone's troubleshooting or anything that you guys have questions on. If there are any products you want to see,
what we
I
could
can
do
run
is
and grab them.
we could talk about troubleshooting. We could also show people how to remove the Minx.
Oh yeah, let's remove these. Let's go through removal. We're going to go through removal, and anything that comes up that's troubleshooting stuff, let us know, and we will answer those questions. Let's go through removal.
So we are going to go to the Manicam.
Manicam!
Stand by.
Okay, seat down first. Ready, set?
Yep.
Go!
So, oops, sorry to whack you guys with the
I'm a little bit sad that I'm losing these.
It's okay.
Want me to heat?
So, one option of removing the Minx removing the Minx off your nails is using heat or using acetone, and you would remove it like you're taking off nail polish. And I'm going to show you the correct way of removing it in the heat. You definitely want to make sure you warm it up pretty good. So, you know, you want to put the heat on the nail and communicate with the client and make sure that it's not too hot for their hand. Are you okay, Jen?
I'm okay.
All right, just let me know if it's too much. And what we want to do is you want to push off the Minx from one side wall to the other. You never want to pull it.
It's so super bright. I wonder if we back the camera up just
you might be
a
able
little.
to even put it off to the side and get a different view of it.
I think it'll work. Oh
And
gosh.
really just focus on.
So
Try
sorry.
that
It's just so bright.
Let me see something. How about this side? Oh, I gotta figure out where the finger is first.
Okay, if you guys all throw up, I'm really sorry. I'm moving
We're on a
cameras
roller
around.
coaster ride right now.
Yeah.
All right.
Close your eyes.
Still, it's pretty crappy.
It's just so bright because the
There we
heat
go,
is
try that.
direct.
There we go.
Okay, there we go.
All right, so we're gonna push it off from sidewall to sidewall, and just remember, you don't want to get in a habit of grabbing it and pulling it off. That is a no-no. So really use your stick or use something that you can push the Minx off without pulling it, and you'll definitely have a better success of removing the Minx
Without damaging
the nail. So if you notice, I just keep pushing it and pushing it while it's under the heat. And if you remove it correctly, you'll just get a sticky film on the nail surface. And just keep pushing. Again, don't get too impatient and grab it and start pulling on it. So if you look close, she has that crack that she was talking about, and her nail's sticky. And voila, we've removed the Minx.
So now you have the sticky film. What do we do with it?
Well, the sticky film, there's a couple things I've heard. You can use alcohol, which I personally don't do. I use oil. I use cuticle oil. And the reason why is you want to get moisture in the nail plate, and then it removes that sticky or that gooey stuff. And a lot of times my clients are doing this on their own. I'm not doing it for them, especially when it comes to their fingers. So you do want to remember to, again, manage your clients' expectations and talk to them about removal and the proper way of doing it.
Teach your clients how to take care of their nails.
And that, again, is going to be part of your consultation. And just make sure that you take the time to teach them, because they're not going to know otherwise.
Right. You have to remember that they didn't go to nail school. Like, I didn't go to nail school. So I don't know things that you guys know as second nature. And those of you who have been in the business for a long, long time, you know, I've had a few manicurists over the years. And I rarely found a manicurist who was willing to teach me how to care for my nails. And that is something that, you know, I value that. I value that when Crystal comes here and I have a question about my nails or what should I do or how should I, you know, after these acrylics, you know, Crystal, what am I going to do, you know? How do I get these nails back in shape? And she, you know, she gives me advice. She wants me to have healthy nails, first of all, because it makes her job easier. It makes it predictable.
My goal is not to destroy your nails. My goal is to make your nails beautiful and keep them in that healthy, you know, what do I want in that healthy situation. You don't want to see. I almost tried to grab it and pull it. See, you get that. Sometimes you get a little too impatient and you just want to pull it, but you can't. You have to remember push, push, push. You know, you don't want to damage the client's nails because that's the first thing that they're going to be. Oh wait, my nail's damaged. Okay, I'm done. You know, I'm not going to do this anymore. So you really want to make sure that you help them understand that, you know, proper removal and proper care of your nails, you know, that you want that because you don't want to damage the nail. And a lot of my clients are really big about, you know, not damaging their nail. They've had bad experiences, and again, you want to build that rapport with them and their trust so they'll be back.
Do you see how Crystal is really gently, she's broken the seal and she's going back the other direction to meet her work the other direction?
Yeah.
So it is okay to come back.
As long as you're not going from the top to the bottom, you're good. You can only go from one sidewall to the other in that direction, never from the other direction, okay? So just make sure that you are pushing, you're not pulling, and
you're working side to side.
You're working from side to side. Oh, sorry about that.
It's okay, I'm good. Ivana, I do see your questions. I want to let you know that after we go through the removal and we make sure we've covered all our bases on the removal, we will answer that technical question that you have up there.
See, almost grabbed it again, guys. See
the urge?
You just want that urge because you just want to get it off, but if you're not careful, you can damage, and we don't want to do that for the client.
Always, you know, go out with that do no harm as your motto. And this
nail's a little cracked too, Jen. You really put some wear on these bad boys.
Hey, I was carrying some heavy stuff, 50-pound bags of concrete. Quickcrete. That's what it's called. Quickcrete.
All right. Almost got it off. Okay. And so on the last nail, your thumb, I'm going to do the removal with acetone,
which I don't like, but I'm going to let her do it for educational sake. For the sake of education, I will sacrifice.
In some cases, I use acetone because not everyone's nails are in great health. And so what happens is sometimes when you're pushing it off, it still damages that nail. So I do use acetone, and acetone will eat at your Minx, FYI. So we're going to turn this heat off.
So if you're a manicurist wearing Minx and you use acetone on your clientele, what happens, Crystal?
It technically eats at the free edge of your nail and makes it come up, especially your index finger and your thumbs. So keep that in mind. And I'm using some, you know what? I'm using some non-acetone. So this isn't actually going to come up. And I have my stuff out in the car, but I'm not going to waste time to go get it. But if I was using an acetone or a pure acetone, this would literally come off really easy. But I just read that it says non-acetone.
Let me run it out. I think we have some. I'll be right back. Keep talking.
All right. So if you use an acetone or a pure acetone, what happens is it eats at the layers, and you'll see that each layer will come off individually. So hopefully Jen's coming right back. Oh, I hear her. Yay! Okay,
we have like the tiniest amount left.
All right, so let's see if we can.
This is 100% pure acetone.
Okay. All right, are you in the camera?
I think so, yeah.
All right,
here we are.
So let's see here.
Wow, I can feel it. You can feel the friction.
Oh.
Like it's a whole different...
And so sometimes I'll go against the free edge only because it catches on that, and that's where it will lift up. Especially for me, like if I have a lot that releases onto the, from the, say this piece, it'll go onto my nails.
Oh, you're going fast. Show it for just a second without rubbing it.
See how it's taking the color off the design? And that's what it does. It removes the top part, which removes the design, which removes all of that. So if you're using acetone or pure acetone, you want something that will release it onto the nail. Otherwise, you'll rub a lot longer than you need to. I usually use some cotton, which also releases on my nails, which sometimes isn't a good thing because mine really pull up. But if I want to get it done and taken off in a good amount of time, I need to do that. So there's like one more layer on Jen's nail here. And so what happens is if you look down at the nail and it still looks shiny, it just means the bottom layer of the Minx is still on the nail. So you really want to keep rubbing. And in this case, I've got to add more acetone to the little swab here to get it off. And so remember, you're using acetone. It is a chemical. So what I recommend is using some cuticle oil afterwards to hydrate her fingernails. Voila! It is off. So that is another option.
Crystal, look. What is that?
Oh, it's still part of the...
Still a little piece of it.
I'm like, what?
It's shiny, Jen. It's on there.
So I have dirt in my nails. I didn't know I had dirt in my nails. This is gross. I'm gonna go scrub.
So sometimes you get sticky from the pieces, and that's what happens when you do it with acetone. So in this case, I would give her a little cuticle oil, let her sit for a little while, and do her toes or whatever. Sometimes, not always is the client going right back into another Minx. Sometimes, like with mine, they do breaks. So it just really depends on what they're getting done next. I personally recommend giving them cuticle oil in between. But again, if you're doing that, you have to really make sure you get all the cuticle oil up and all that out before you place your next set down. All right, so we're going to go and answer some questions.
I'm reading what Minx admin wrote. Acetone will have a problem eating the Minx. It's very important not to use acetone before applying Minx. Scrub Fresh or any other cleaner will leave a barrier. Okay, so yeah, that was one thing. We always say use rubbing alcohol, use rubbing alcohol, use rubbing alcohol. We're not kidding. Use rubbing alcohol. Do not use any other cleanser dehydrators. A lot of them have vitamins and all kinds of beautiful additives that are good for your nail, but the problem is they're not good for Minx. So I'm switching cameras.
Now, Ivana, she had asked you, do you recommend to use anything to protect the design, like an example, a top coat or something like that? Or when you do gels or acrylics, do you use a top coat of gel or top it off? Or top of the design. Okay, so Minx is a standalone product. We don't recommend using top coat. We don't recommend using any gel or acrylic. What's so funny?
You're short.
I am short. I got her. So we don't recommend doing anything. If you do the 7 steps properly, you don't need to use anything on top of it. You can use gels and acrylics prior to your Minx application. You could do it that way, but we don't recommend mixing the surfaces together. Also, if you do a gel or a top coat or an acrylic, what happens is it takes the beautiful, flawless, crisp look of the Minx away and makes it wrinkly or lift up. There's different things that happen.
Like a fog almost over the design.
So depending on what you're putting on, we'll do something to it. So we don't recommend it. If you want it to look flawless and crisp like Minx is supposed to, practice makes perfect. You know that?
And
really stick to the 7 steps.
Yeah, stick to the 7 steps, and if you're having trouble, let us know because we can help you through that. But don't try to find a shortcut. We're 4 years as a company, 4 years with this product,
and I've already tried
intimately, and I promise you, Crystal has tried everything under the sun. And really, what you have to do in order to have that, and then have it lose the luster, have it lose the shine, have it lose the impact of the product, it's just not worth it. learn the product. It's worth that.
Yeah,
it's worth that.
You really want to stick to the 7 steps and really just do those 7 steps, and you'll get it. Just, you know, practice. So.
So Christy wore these like a couple of months ago because, you know, she started on her tan a lot earlier. Christy works in our office, and I was so jealous because I was like, now that's her color and it's not my color. And these are so pretty. Even with my little bloody knuckles. Oh my gosh, that hurts so bad. Racking your knuckles is terrible, but on concrete, yeah,
yeah, it hurts.
I wanted to scream, but I was trying to be tough because my husband doesn't really. He's like, "Oh, stop whining, stop whining."
All right, guys.
Okay,
so just
any other questions? Anything?
So if you don't have your Minx retail already, get you some.
Yeah, you guys
order it now.
You guys need to take advantage of the fact that we have a way for you to make money, and you know, to also, I mean, I don't know, Crystal, did you talk about how addictive these are? I mean, we know.
The cool part about it is you can lay them on so nice. You know, it's not a heat process, but you lay them on so nice, they don't crinkle. Like mine didn't crinkle. They cut off really easy. They're very fast. I mean, obviously, I have a little bit of training under my belt, but it's cool. It's really simple, and it doesn't, you know, just to push them on and file them off. They last a good 2 to 3 days, so it's great for kids.
Great for kids' birthday parties.
And a good way to upsell them, I'm sorry, is, you know, offer $10 more. I'll put it on for the kids, you know, and the parents are all about that. So it's a nice little upsell. You know, even though they're no heat, they're very fast, and you as the professional should at least be able to do those faster because there's no heat. And if you have the basic lay down of professional Minx professional, these should be very easy to apply to and fast.
And once you show them how to do it, I mean, I would only do that once.
What?
I would only do that once.
What, you mean like pay for
apply?
it?
Let them pay you to apply them, because then after that, if they want you to apply anything, you're going to go with the professional product.
Because we're talking about kids now. We're talking about kids.
No, okay, but we're talking about
that's what I would
anyone who comes in and says, well, if I buy these, will you put these on me?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, yeah, I mean, they got to understand they're only going to last 2 to 3 days. If I put the Minx Professional on, they're going to last way longer, obviously. I mean, you guys saw right now. But,
right.
But not everyone's going to be like that. If you can't apply the Minx Professional on someone's hands very well, then maybe those would be better for your client because they are outlasting the Minx Professional. So, you know, for me as the licensed professional,
do what's best for the client.
Right, and for yourself. I mean, you wouldn't try, I mean, if you're not doing the Minx Professional very good, I wouldn't upsell them to put those on because those might outlast your Minx Professional. So, you really got to figure out where your skill level is and go from there.
I would let them be the retail product that they are. That's the intention of the product. But that's my take from kind of where we stand as a company. We put that out there because we know you have clients who will say, well, Minx and the service, it's too expensive. But what you're going to do is you're going to sell them a product they can't afford. They're going to fall in love with it, and then the next time they go on a vacation, the next time they have a nice dinner planned with their husband or anyone, if they're going to go out for an event, they're going to think, oh, I'm going to get those Minx this time. And that's an addiction. Let me tell you. Hello, addicted, right here. All right, well, it's 9:43. And we have gone through the 7 steps. We've done a little troubleshooting. We did removal. I think you're a little too fast.
5 fingers.
We talked about Minx Retail, which, again, I want to show you one more time because...
And if I remember correctly, it's over here. The display, we keep the display, and then say, for instance, we want to reorder in 3 months with the new designs. Do we just pay for the new designs, or do we pay for the whole display again?
You're gonna, regardless.
It's still $190.
It's gonna come with the new display each time as of now. That may change because these displays actually we think might last a little bit longer than we thought they would. We may just send you a new backdrop and have you keep the base because the base is interchangeable. So we'll figure that out as we go, but we didn't want to delay over packaging. We wanted to get this to you right away. So
of course this is our first set of retail, so of course it's probably going to improve over the months.
Very pretty.
Yeah,
very pretty.
It's a great little display for $1.95.
Yep, it's awesome. So, boys and girls, we're going to head out for the day, for the week. We'll see you next week.
For some toes.
For some toes.
So don't break all your toenails off.
I'm going to try not to. You might have to trim them this week because that one is really long.
It's a fester toe?
I have fester thumbs and fester toes. And they're ugly.
I love the voice.
They're ugly.
We need to have an alter ego with that voice.
I know. I think I have to dress up as like a little kid.
Because it's like my little kid voice. I got stuffy nose. My mama said.
We got ideas.
I got to blow my nose so it not dripping on my face.
All right, guys. Well,
bye, guys.
Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you next Monday.
For Minxy Monday.
Minxy Monday.
Have a Minxy Monday. Have a Minxy week.
Bye. And here's all our information before we go. If you want to follow us on Facebook, Twitter,
email us with any questions. Anything that we can address next week in the show, we'd love to do that. If we have the subject matter in advance, it makes it a little less like you guys are victims.
Yeah, and if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, my Twitter
click in the box.
account,
Click in the box.
my Twitter account is as follow, and I'll put that up in the chat room for you guys. And Facebook.
Twitter. Minxmaster SD.
And Instagram. Same thing, Minxmaster SD. And Facebook. Minxmaster SD.
Woohoo!
Thanks, guys. Have a great day.
Bye.